Hello, this is part 2 of the last quarter moon reading. If you have not watched part 1, I would suggest that you should. And now I'm just going to continue to pull cards and put the energy out there into the universe of how we can manifest the highest good with the most benevolence and blessing sprinkling into our lives. Alright, right off the rip. Interesting pairing. I'm not getting anything from that, so I'm going to just start again. Okay, so we have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the, Seven of Pentacles. So I think for this whole thing, what it really starts with is a new invigorated version of your self-love. You know, the Lovers are about people. However, I think it starts with the self, because we can go into relationships with a broken and unloved self, but we can create such better and more deep relationships with people if we put the love that we have for self first. I'm going to put that over the Three of Swords. And like I said, the way that we love ourselves, it does play a big part in our relationships. So from where we begin in the beginning, where we made these decisions that brought us back to this lower placement of shame, regret, and dread, and a lack of motivation and an unwillingness to participate, I'm going to allow this new self-love and this new perspective of the Fool to create that balance and to just go ahead and offer something new in the midst of this. So in the future, we will be balancing what caused a rift before with this hard work and diligence. I'm going to put that here between, because it doesn't have to be such a fight. We can put that hard work in with it being rewarding work. Hello. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Cups. I think I might write most of the reversals with this, just in order to gain access to the energies coming from. However, with this in reverse, it's that we have not been taking up the responsibility. I'll match it with this Four here, because they kind of pair a little bit well. It's like this guy here is a beneficiary to a very lofty inheritance and does not protect it with his life, does not see it for something like it is. The kind of like the easy money, easy go, easy come, easy go, easy money don't last kind of a thing. However, what we're doing here is creating a new reality to where we see that life can be easy, and life does offer us such a massive, expansive inheritance, and we can celebrate. We can keep it at a close regard, holding it close because of its what it's worth to us. But we can also see it just coming into fruition for everyone in our lives. And we have this harvest there at the bottom. So I'm going to just breach these two because he has to put the work in to harvest it. He has to see it as an opportunity to exercise his responsibility, and then he gets to see the fruit in his relationships. Let's let those touch. We have the Ace of Cups. See, now this experience here causes a new balance in those negative beliefs to be established. Let the old flow out, let it out through crying, let it out through screaming, just let it out no matter what. And now we have an overflow of new abundance and new emotional understanding and new emotional maturity that comes in swiftly with the Knight of Wands. Again, with this resilience, I'm going to keep them here with the King in reverse. And then that does allow us to have the reserve to start handing that out into our lives. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that one over here. We have the Death and Rebirth with the Death card and Strength. Everything that we go through, this whole process of being over here, it creates that new opportunity. So with this, no matter what we choose, it all serves such good purposes. Maybe the last time we went through that cycle, we didn't get to see it for what it was because we needed it to happen this specific way. And we also have the 10 of Cups. So I'm going to put that here. Actually, okay, I'm going to upright this because we're taking up this opportunity with the Page of Cups, this one where it can flow into our relationships and have more of a harmonious outcome. We have the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups, all being such deeply emotional and intuitive cards with just a understanding of the self and the way that others act because of that relationship dynamic and dialogue we can establish with ourselves. It bleeds into our relationships, and all 3 of those cards are the ones that have to do with like harmonious interaction with others. Okie dokie. We have the Queen of Cups and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So that work that was up under here now, this striving to just make it the necessity to even like have to try so hard to overcome is now just done. It's replaced with wisdom and a deep connection with that openness inside. All of that pain, this guy being beat up, like all of this that we've gone through, say all of these are all the different times we've gone through this cycle and got our asses kicked. This new beginning that we have just created, it's going to help us level up in depths that we've never reached before. And that's something to be grateful for, no matter how painful and painstaking that the journey was to get there. Thank you. We have the 9 of Cups. It's the same with this responsibility card here. We're keeping it in that regard. Sitting before it, keeping it on guard, because, it means something to us when we make these gains. Excuse me. When we make those gains and we do get it, say we get this stance where we can really take what we have before us and we can hold it dear. It's keeping it safe to sit here before it, have it put on a pedestal. It's like that, having pride in the progress. We have the Empress in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse, and the Five of Cups upright. So this negative belief that's buried under here now, that's what this is. Not knowing how to use that intuition, not interacting with our inner guidance, not seeing the world in that way, makes it to where we are not in control of all of these elements within us. We are too emotional or too saturated to really access our passion, not grounded enough, and just acting on that amount of energy that doesn't serve us. So with the Empress in reversed, we are not nurturing this divine being within anymore. We're looking at life as a spilled cup, not seeing what we have right in front of us. So, like I said, we're cutting these ties to this lower vibrational experience, these low beliefs that do not align with our highest good anymore. So now I'm going to reverse homeboy here and place it over the Nine of Swords in alignment also with the Wheel of Fortune in the World. Actually, I'm going to reverse this guy. I'm going to upright this one, the Ten of Pentacles, because we want this abundance in our lives. By reversing this apathy is what keeps us from it. This pain causes the apathy, and now we're going to upright. So with seeing the higher perspective, gaining that to be able to access this new beginning and this offering that the universe is just like throwing at us consistently, we can make new plans to take new roads on this journey and experience the nurture and love that the divine mother has to offer us, and sit here with these stars on our head. You see, like, everything's so intermingled. We had those stars on the cards from our oracle deck, and now they're on our head, so it's like learning all of this, it just stays right here right in the center of your intuition. So it's like all this learning that we've done, it's in service, because you can't have the negative belief, it being obliterated by your experience with the divine within, reaching you finally and making these changes and seeing how those changes that start from within begin to shift the reality without you or outside of you, the physical reality, that can't be shaken. When the negative belief is replaced by an experienced belief, or like a belief that is built on a foundation of experience, you cannot be wavered at that point, because it's a deep lesson and it cannot be uprooted just because. So we have Judgment, the Hermit in reverse, and the Page of Wands. What it is, it's time for us to grab this sanctity, this blessing, this newness from death, and align those two, because yes, we do need this introspection we had here with the Four of Wands. We do need to take that time. However, we need to go out in the world as well. Let this connect into our relationships like we are now. So either way, which way we choose, it's all still connected to the same outcome of a gained intuition and a new foothold in our journey toward harmony within and within our relationships. I don't want all those. Thank you, though. Okay. Instead of trying to read them together, I'm going to just check them one by one. All right. So by taking this journey by gaining this intuition and this illuminated sense of spirituality in our life. We had over here with the King of Wands, we have the Lizard, and then with the Queen of Wands, we have this black cat. And a black cat is the symbol of good luck in some, even though some places it says bad luck. However, the way I think about it right now is that same resilience, because a cat has 9 lives, right? So where we needed to take a little bit of a step back and align with self-control by surrendering control over others, we have had that be replaced with this gentle approach that has all of this wisdom gained. We got her paired with the Empress too, which then that even further deepens the celebratory nature of the harmony in our relationships. Because now we're really interacting on a deep, meaningful level. No longer not being able to make decisions. And, not even needing to take that much time to stop and reassess. It's going to become a new nature. Where do you go? I'm here in the middle of everything. No longer needing to walk away from those emotionally charged situations, because now we have a new perspective. It's ingrained at this point, and we can act and access this new nature whenever we want to, because that pattern has been unlearned and we will not have any consequences anymore. So I'm going to upright this magician and speak truth, that when we do what I just said and we reach that point of newness, we are in our power. We have the Devil. The Devil, the Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the King of Swords in reverse. So, like I said, breaking these chains coming out of this too much energy, this inhibition. What we do, I'm going to put him right up here, because initially this whole experience comes from responding in that manner. I'm going to replace him. Let's reverse him. Nah. I'm going to keep him upright, because in reverse it's like you are doing too much, and then upright it's the necessity to release those inhibitions. So what we're going to do is we are going to overthrow this devil energy with this self-control, this self-sustained and assured Emperor. I have him touching the Hermit because, the Hermit learns, right? So then we have the Three of Pentacles. So in this darkness, we can still create collaboration with other people from that higher perspective, and gain this wisdom and balance of the light and dark. Going through the cycles, we have the moon on her head, we have her Torah in her lap. She has what she needs to continue going, and she's chosen the light. So moving forward, we are establishing a new personality, a new way of reaction and response. And the King of Swords in reverse. So by maintaining that sense of self-control in our actions, let's see. by doing that, it's like relinquishing the control and surrendering to the moment enough to be able to balance when we're feeling tripped up, and not acting frees us up for a perspective with divine and intelligent infinity, to where we are able to use our tools positively before us to create that as above so below kind of reality. It's that same rewiring of the thought process, the beliefs. Thank you. We have the moon in reverse. So what we have learned out of this, it's the same cycle closing. This the moon is such a deeply intuitive card, because what you do is you learn in those darker times how to become intuitive. It's kind of like when you've learned your house so well that when you're in the darkness, you can still walk through it and not fall, because you know you so well. So imagine that house being the inside of you. Can you walk through it without tripping in the nighttime, in the dark times? Because it seems like we can with this reverse, this in reverse, because we don't have to stay in the dark. Let's just turn a light on, right? So, where do you go? Right here. No, thank you. I may start reading cards if nothing falls out this next round. Okay. What we do is that we make a drastic shift from these cycles of being in the dark with the Tower This Ace of Pentacles hasn't been there the whole time. When did you fall out? Anyway. It was in reverse down here. So it's like that these blocks that keep this new beginning from physically unfolding before us. Now we have this movement. I don't know when this fell out, but or how long ago. But now we are shifting. So we're coming out of this darkness, managing through the storm to create a massive change in our life in order for us to become the Queen of Pentacles. So again, we have this king and these kings over here, but now we have their counterparts over here. And by allowing our feet to touch the ground and all of this life just rise up before us, it creates this new Garden of Eden type of reality for us. Now I'm just going to start reading them. We have the Page of Pentacles also. The experiences of the Hangman uprighted are also just a physical reality, a physical opportunity for us to see that the universe has so much to shine down and offer us. So I'm going to put that here. We have the Sun card. Out of this darkness, transformed into light, we awaken into this love, into this Fool, into this Magician, and see nothing but the joy, because we have this new perspective of a child. It's like a rebirth physically into a new version of us in our lives. And then we have the Three of Wands uprighted. So with this new perspective, we can start to take action and put forth this newness in our lives. I've always saw that as a desert, but it looks like this is like a sunset with little ships, and actually that is water down there. So he is actually coming out of this state of the desert, this drought of loving embrace and just an overflow of all of this love and abundance in our life. And we're coming into a new perspective. Yeah, see, I didn't even notice that before. And now, we can set sails on more and more enlightenment due to this connectivity to self, others, and intuition. We have the Ace of Swords, so coming right from this emotionally rooted beginning of just an outpour of abundance and flow into our lives. Now we can take the action to start manifesting the reality into some physical growth. We have the these two can go together. We have the Five of Wands upright and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this might be the way that this experience has felt: conflict and a lack of work, a lack of putting forth the effort to stay focused and create. However, I'm going to reverse them, I'm going to flip them. And so out of this, we no longer have a need for conflict. We no longer have a need to be combative with others, because we're so focused on our work and on getting these done that we're just going to see those as the opportunities that they are and just keep on working as it comes up, because we have this new connection to this intelligence within us, and we're grounded because we got those. It's like as these emotions start to come up, we just put it right back into the earth for it to be renewed, because we do have that perspective consistently. We have the Five of Swords. There's no more need to deceive ourselves. There's no more needs to be sneaky around our feelings and for us to try to make a pass on ourselves or anyone else. And we're going to start offering new abundance toward those in our lives. And maybe instead of picking up these swords to have a self-gain, we're just picking them up so that we can help them when they're ready to take them. I'm going to put this over here with the Five of Wands. 55 is a angel number for releasing that which no longer serves you. So there we go with the 5 and the 5. We have 5, 6, 7 of the 7 of Cups, which goes right along with that. It's just waiting for that opportunity. What are we going to choose? What are we going to see out of this? And it's just so much before us in every moment of every day, and it all has something to offer. We have the 8 of Wands. So just continuing to choose this type of movement in our lives will continue the flow. So I'm going to put that in between with this Ace of Cups. And still we have the Knight of Swords. So it's that same movement. We're making a stand in our lives. So imagine this as ourselves coming to our aid when we want to speak out in some way that is less than optimal in our opinion, that with this new perspective. And what we do is now we're creating new realities and just coming into this stance and grace in our life, because it's become so second nature to us now that we just live here. We're in this state of mind constantly. We live a life of lavish because we are living fulfilled with everything that we already have right there within us already. With justice, that balance gained, the way that we see it, all of this stuff that we've been through, it was justified because now we have our own sense of gratification, because we don't always have to fight. It doesn't always have to be that. Because, we have I like this a lot. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So look how similar these are. Okay. Now, all this movement here, right after the Knight of Swords. So it was like the Knight of Swords is running ahead to cut through, to make the way for us. And then we can be out in our best stance, this victory mode, being spiritually guided by so much divinity that it's like a parade at this point. Oh yes, cool beans, dude. I love it so much. I was looking for the Knight of Wands and I couldn't find him, and look where he was, right the frick here. Sorry, he's right here. So we're gonna do this brigade, the movement underneath, on our way to this Garden of Eden here with all the harmony. Like, this is the party at her house. This is a state of mind we're heading to. He's making the way. He's creating the new motivation to head there. Oh, I wish they were facing that way. Oh well. Here, we'll do like this. It's a it's a parade to our victory. Look, out of the cold. It's like, get up. We need to get up. Look, I'll put this 5 of Pentacles over top the Sun, the Lovers, and the Magician, because to be embraced by these 3, it will warm us up after such a long haul. And now we have the motivation to keep going into this pattern. I like the way that is. Ooh, yeah. Then we have the Queen of Swords. I'm going to put her up here with these other queens. Because, say at the end of the day, the end of this motion, that when the party's wrapping up and winding down, that's what it was, and it's time to really just think like, wow, what a great time I just had. We keep our wits about us, and we can see with this fondness all this life that we've totally turned around and created new from. With this, it's like, here she has this, sunflower in her hand, and it's down here at the beginning of the journey. It's like, on the way I pick up so much information and wisdom because of this, and now I can rule with this metamorphosis at the top of my head, assured, got my angels with me, got the moon cycles with me, got the clouds on my robe and out there in the sky. Like, she is one with the universe, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Movement away. All it took was just to move out of this, to move away from this. Move away from this. We don't want to be sneaky with ourselves. Imagine this is what robs us from all of this opportunity. And it starts right inside of our head. Ego. Pride. But I have to say this or else this. What kind of temptation I'm talking about when it comes to your own personal experience. And then right at the end, we've got the King of Cups. I'm going to put him up here at the top because he has his cup full of this just self-assurance in this swimmy, like when the waters are rough, they got that boat back there sailing. We're not trying so hard. We're not trying to stay afloat. He's just one with the water. His whole palace, his his temple is in the water. It's like he knows that everything he ever is going to need started at the beginning, and the beginning was within, and the within was the water. He's got a fish on his coat and a fish in his background here. It's just like being able to sit like this in this kind of an environment, because we've come up from that environment and it manifested from within to begin with. So like, what a level up, huh? I am very happy with the way that that came out, and I look forward to seeing it come forth in my life, allowing it to be expressed in just this way. I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely been working on this personally, holding my tongue when all I want to do is say something snooty, taking time to breathe when I'm angry with my children and overwhelmed, putting new seeds in the places that we've uprooted the weeds in our life, and watching the flowers grow, watching the fruit form before our eyes. It all takes patience and time. Oh, patience and time and fruit. Look, we've got this little snail right here, right in her garden. He goes slow, doesn't he? But he's getting somewhere. And he's not thinking how slow he's going. Thank you so much for watching. May this come true for you in your life. So be it. Good night. Good day. Good life.